Chat, here we go. We have a special match for you today. We have Jonsandman versus Savage. Now, if you haven't heard of these two players, they might not be at the normal level that you're used to seeing in terms of skill, but it's going to be a very interesting match nonetheless because Savage is an 8-year-old Rocket League grinder, a player who has made it as high as Champ 3 before. Now, we have, over the course of this channel, highlighted a lot of up-and-coming players. You guys have certainly seen tournaments like Next Gen. That was a great speed flip to this kickoff. Almost just absolutely torched John completely to the ball and directly in the net, but just barely wide. But as I was saying, you have seen us highlight young players before, but I think the youngest player we've ever had on the stream was 12 years old, and I believe it was Fast, and now Fast is just about 15 and ready to play in RLCS. Well, Savage is not going to be playing in the RLCS anytime soon, but I have a feeling that that's probably the end goal. Savage is an 8-year-old player from the US here to play against Jonsandman. Peaked, I believe, at Champ 3 in 2v2, and we'll see how he compares against one of the biggest Rocket League creators you've ever seen. You see Jonsandman already saying, bro, you are 8. Now, if you haven't heard of Jonsandman before, maybe there's a chance you haven't heard of F2 and their legendary fame. But Jonsandman has been a Rocket League YouTuber for a long, long time. It almost seems silly introducing him because I'm sure that you have heard about him at least once before. But he has been in the Rocket League community for a long time. And right now, he is down 3-0 to Savage. And he says he's no longer joking around. He's no longer joking around. Jonsandman has been Grand Champ many times before. I don't think he has been recently. He told me that he hasn't been playing a ton of Rocket League recently, which I think leads to these two being a fairly equal matchup. So it should be a quite entertaining 1v1 we have today. John equals gold 1. No, John is not gold 1. Him and F2 are certainly much, much better than that. Right now, neither one of them, or sorry, I shouldn't say neither one of them. Savage has found the opportunity to get a bit of offense going. But John hasn't been able to find any way to get past Savage. And that is one of the keys to being a good 1v1er. Solid defense and not overcommitting on offense, of which Savage hasn't done it all so far. If you go and check out Savage's Twitter page, which his dad runs for him, and his YouTube channel, which I believe is also run by his dad, you can see some videos of Savage playing. So it is possible to confirm that he is a youngster who is just grinding hard at the game. Now, this is the problem for John right now. He hasn't been able to get past Savage, and he finally does. Savage throws him the nice shot. Savage has been very willing to make these goal line saves, and John put on an absolutely nasty front flip flick and got himself his first goal. Hopefully Jonsandman is recording his own perspective. I'm not sure if he is or not. Playing against Savage here today. This is a great backflip flick. Or was it a flicker? I think it's just a backflip shot as John tries to clear it. Savage, does he see that? He was half flipping out of it too. So even if John didn't get that save, John had a decent recovery to try and save it, but Savage actually half flipped through it and probably would have been able to follow it up. Now, here we see that speed flip. We saw the speed flip earlier. Was able to get him to the ball before John even got there. Slight mistake on it this time. Luckily for him, he seems to be much faster than John, so doesn't really matter. Can make his way right back to the ball at midfield and basically take a regular kickoff. Savage driving through the ball. Oh, he wanted an air dribble here. It's actually a decent fake if John thought he had any boost. He was out of boost. Chat had a huge prediction in favor of Savage. I don't know if players have, or if you guys, the viewers, have seen Savage play before, but just hearing about him, tons of faith in him. Oh, John going for the clip off the ceiling. Would have absolutely gained some confidence here against Savage if he was able to get a clip going. This should be a good one. Savage has done a really good job of pretty much never overcommitting And that has been one of the key points to him doing so well so far. But here he didn't recognize that Jon was going to have a takeaway. Maybe he was wanting a wall to air dribble before. Chat says no, but we've seen Jon play. It doesn't matter. You put Jon against anybody. We've seen Jon play before. Oh, you guys. Jon is a high-level player, whether you like to admit it or not. Jon is better than, at least, I can comfortably say he's better than 95% of all Rocket League players. Jon giving himself crap. Savage on the respawn, able to just take this one away. Jon. Oh, Jon is laughing up a storm. Jon is in desperate need of a kickout goal. Has to be able to finish this one off. Oh my goodness, what a save! Savage! Not even gonna let Jon have a freebie. Flying in for the goal line save, and now Jon out of boost. He's gonna have to leave the boost in spawn in time. Oh, Savage absolutely trying to clip and do him dirty. Dunk! No, Jon able to send it away. The air dribble attempt. Oh, Jon, I'm dying of cringe right now. Having to go to the physical bump plays to try and get back in the series. Savage missed that corner boost. Jon has a chance to punish. Been lacking a bit of strength on some of these shots. I might be able to get him past Savage. Now Savage with 20 seconds left to go. It's really just the time to style. He's won this game. What does he want to show us? A little ball cam on dribbling. Must mean he's a big Atto fan. Drops the ball down. He's been watching a lot of Atto, who also dribbles with ball cam on. Does a good job to keep vision of Jon. Nice acceleration as he drops the ball down. He's been playing really well. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say. Savage has just been outplaying Jon, no doubt about it. But Jon can consider this a warm-up game. He hasn't been playing Rocket League in a while. This can be his copium. Jon's going to get another. But certainly with 2 seconds left to go, I don't think he's coming back in this game one. Jon's signature move so far. I think pretty much all of his goals have been off these soft front flips. You are 2 years older than my son. Yeah, Jonsandman's a family man, if you guys didn't know. I think he might even have like upwards of 3 kids, if I know that correctly. I'm not really sure. But he got crushed here today in game number 1. Game number 2. Jon and Savage. Jon, very smart to start faking the kickoffs because so far, Savage has completely dominated the kickoff. He's much, much faster than Jon to the ball. But that can be countered. And the best way to do it is certainly with delays and fakes. So Jon just completely fakes this one. Savage, another ball cam on dribble this time. Gonna take it to the side wall. The pinch might go out to midfield if Jon doesn't get this clear. Jon, strong first touch. Forcing Savage to play defense early. The air dribble bump. Can we get some cringes in chat? I mean, Jon, he's throwing the old man game at him. He's absolutely going to all the old man tricks. Who needs mechanics when you could just get demos and air dribble bumps? Not even air dribble bumps. Double jump bumps. Listen, I know that's the strategy for us boomers because I do it myself. That's the only way I can beat these kids in ranked anymore. Jon, nice 50. Should be up 2-0. Oh, no, he's not. He's not up 2-0. I take it back. He was worried about that Savage goal line save he was thinking about earlier when Savage came flying across the net and stopped Jon from scoring. He overthought it. Oh, Jon, did he just own goal? This is the best shot that Jon has hit all day. Savage headed into the back wall, and Jon somehow redirects it on target. That was actually a filthy shot. The problem is it was on his own net. Oh my goodness. Savage is going to backflip off the kickoff. He is going to beat Jon at his own kickoff faking game. Oh, all tied up. 1-1. John has to find something here. Yeah, Savage, great demo. John was trying to be way too aggressive without any boost on Savage's half. Early flick this time as John comes to challenge. It's actually a decent counter, but both these two are up. John gets the clear. Long shot opportunity for John. Needs to get it on target. Doesn't have the power. I think Savage definitely has the advantage when it comes to recoveries and movements. He obviously is playing at a top speed with a reaction time that John can't quite match. Where John is going to have to try and get these wins is in the smarts. In the 1v1 gameplay, I don't know how much John has played 1v1. This is a nice setup here. Puts it onto the back wall and tests Savage's ability to get the clear. Savage ends up slamming it right into John. Delayed kickoffs are going to have to be John's game. Savage wins this one. And he actually takes a trip all the way to the boost. Feeling really confident. Set up the back wall, going for a double. Now he just needs to make sure he recovers in time. He knows that John isn't necessarily going to have a perfect counterattack. But this time John does. A lot of confidence from Savage to set up for a double touch in a 1v1. I like to see it. Give us more info about Savage. So Reese_RL in chat is Savage's father. So he's going to have the most info. I can't say that I know a ton. I know the info that I've been able to gain from his profiles that his dad runs for him. I think Savage is into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. I think I saw some photos on his Twitter of him, what's it called, rolling for Jiu-Jitsu. And he also wins kickoffs. Direct kickoff win. Like I said, I think John is worse off on these kickoffs. Savage is just so much faster to the ball than him. He is going to have a tough time. Another kickoff win for Savage. It seems clear that Savage wants to get his aerial game going. John looks to prevent that this time. Smart decision by Savage to back off, but couldn't quite back off enough. He didn't want to come and challenge John, who was going to be quicker to the ball, but maybe needed to half flip out of that position. Ends up tapping the ball into the corner and then in front of his net. So John on his redemption game. No flip this time. Still doesn't read the half flip kickoff. Savage up to the skies. Able to redirect this to the back wall. Wasn't going to have enough boost to bring it back on target. But the good news for him is John isn't perfect on the counterattacks by any means. So Savage can dabble a little bit like he has in the aerial game without too many worries. Nice boost steal here from Savage as John completely starved. Nice 50. This is really smart 1v1 gameplay. And he's even going to bump John. This is just high IQ ones from Savage. Diving and taking John's boost and then playing his boost advantage. Going low 50 instead of hard committing to something that might result in John being able to escape. As long as he stays grounded and takes advantage of the fact that he will always have the faster recovery with the boost, he's eventually going to score. Savage to the skies. Look at the immediate spins. Look at the 50 with John. John gets the save and is able to stay alive. Counterattack is headed to the back wall, but John gets there. 6-3. This is quite the redemption game for John. But you could tell both of them are getting better as time goes on. I mean, Savage certainly showing off some of those mechanics. And look at how Savage can miss the kickoff wide and still get back to the ball and just tie with John. When he doesn't set up the kickoff perfectly, it just becomes a tie as opposed to a win. But John has started to break down Savage's defense. He didn't really have any offense to start the game, but now John has found some flicks. Savage hasn't been able to react. Delaying the kickoff, side flip into it. Very safe tactic from John. Now, Savage has a ton of space, and John not likely try and close that distance. Savage kills his dribble. This is a great bounce dribble. Double jumps it just barely over the top. Probably hold enough boost out of John that he will be just fine. Getting to this ball. John throwing the sorry. Oh, man. Savage respawns. I don't care about your sorry. getting right back into the play. 40 seconds for 4 goals. Jonsandman, his long shot is saved, and it's going to have to be right now. In fact, it's probably over for Savage. A little bit of adversity, though. John looks like Feer in his avatar pic. You mean he has a mustache? Is that what you're trying to say? Oh, nice save from Savage. Has a clear boost advantage. John is just passing the ball to Savage. I don't know if he didn't realize that Savage was going to be able to catch back up to that. Still going to be a bit tough with 10 seconds. Also, Savage is rocking the avatar that Daniel used for a really long time. So I always think of Daniel when someone has that picture on. Savage bumps to the ceiling. John's going to try and carry for one more. Show off his sick mechanics. 1-1 in the best of 5. Jonsandman versus the up-and-comer, Savage. Game number 3. How do these two play in a series format? I'm imagining that neither one of them play a ton of series against the same player over and over. For the most part, that kind of stuff only happens at higher ranks. John, his flick game has been the answer to Savage on defense. I feel like at the start of the series, Savage was reacting a bit more on the goal line. He's tried to get a bit more aggressive, and the pops from Jonsandman have worked. But how do these players adjust over a long time? Probably something they haven't gotten used to. At high ranks, you'll queue into the same player, over and over and over again. A ton of times. Savage, can he finish this off? He got John to miss at the midfield and just barely hit it. John's going to throw him the nice one. These two have started to read each other. Start of the game, they were letting the offense come to them, but not anymore. Jonsandman, a kickoff win. This one on target, directly at Savage. Savage is going to come out to meet John here in the corner. He's not able to grab the boost. That's a nice touch. Gets out around John, which guarantees he moves back into the blue half. Gives Savage time to grab boost. A mistaken shot from John. That touch is too strong. Now it's a race back. Let's see if we can watch Savage's recovery. He needed to rush back to net before John got there, and he did. See him turning that ball cam on as John starts to dribble. Savage seems to play almost exclusively with ball cam. Certainly better than never turning it on. Never turning it off. Something you can learn to do. Ooh, nice outplay. Ball into the ground, gets up above the ball. It's been a stalemate between Jonsandman. If you're just joining in, we have the Sandman himself against Savage, an 8-year-old Rocket League 1v1er. A Rocket League player in general. I don't even think he plays a ton of 1v1. But right now he is. And he dunks John, who's trying to set up a ground dribble and hook shot it back on target. Savage able to intercept the ball before he's there. Dude, you already won. You're insane. Yeah. Oh, that is definitely a missed kickoff. John was too busy typing compliments. We're going to make him watch it. That wasn't normal. Yeah, he forgot the flip. He forgot the part where you diagonal flip. Sage Rhea, thank you for the tier 1 for 5 months. Savage really wants to get this aerial game going. This is a really solid setup. Needs to get a landing and pinch it on the ground. He did. Put it back on target. John has been able to stop the aerial game, though. Even though it's been very precise for Savage, he has a chance here. Couldn't get to the ball just in time. Won't capitalize on the shot, but does grab John's boost. And we saw earlier, Savage playing really smart. And again, he stays grounded after getting the boost advantage. Backing off now. Likely diving in the corner. Ooh, tried to get the back corner boost to starve John out. But John got there just in time. John's been playing since 2015. Yeah, John might have been playing this game as long as Savage has been alive. Assuming John played it since it came out. All right, that's a nice flick from John. John getting back in. We saw him take a similar dribble. Oh, this time he never lets the ball drop. This is just a good dribble by John. He's starting to get some of those mechanics back. Snaking around the map. And finishing with a flick. Savage is going to be the first one back to this. Actually a decent fake. I'm not sure. I think he went for a soft touch, but faking works as well. John expecting him to move back to the other side of the field. Now can John corral this before the return of Savage? He can. Saw the miracle goal line save from Savage previously, but not this time around. Savage, will he take this aerial? He will. I think of the two players, he's the only person we're going to be seeing running these aerials, but he couldn't get back to the ball in time. John has been very consistent in defending those. I think Savage might have done more air rolling in this one show match so far than John has his entire career. Every time Savage is in the air, he is full on air rolling. This is a good challenge from Savage. Might not be easy to get a shot out of. John does recover. Savage tries to put it bottom right. John does get the save. I mean, all I'm saying is Savage is definitely a hold air roller when he gets up in the air. This is the goal to lead the game. John's going to throw him a nice one. Tries to accelerate to this ball, but Savage dribbled too quick. I mean, John wasn't necessarily terribly out of position there. Savage just had great control. Kickoff win. And I think we're going to see Savage try and take a wall to air dribble. Yeah, based on... Oh, no, he's going to just pop to the midfield. Now he'll take one in the air. John up. Able to force the 50 off the post. Actually sets him up for a great counterattack. As much as I love Savage trying to work in the aerial game, that has definitely favored John. He's done a really good job in defense. This time, it would be favorable to suggest that John intentionally saved it off of his post, but certainly saving it off his post helped a lot when it comes to setting up the counterattack. Savage and John meeting at the midfield. John able to get back to the ball quickly. 5-4. Recovers faster, even after landing on top of Savage. I don't think Savage really had a great angle to get to the ball quicker. Savage losing this kickoff, having to panic to get back in time. I think it was just going to roll in. 30 seconds, not impossible. Savage does need to clean up the kickoff slightly. Could be back in this game. The late kickoff for John. Savage needs a really good take here. He's going to go back to his aerial game. John able to 50 him. Boost not likely to spawn for either one of them. Probably going to spawn after they both leave. Savage cannot intercept John. So John's going to go up 7-4. Likely closing out game number 3. There it is. 2 straight for Jonsandman. Can Savage shake it off as we head into game number 4? Savage also seems to like to be on the blue team. He keeps joining the blue team and then switching to the orange right after. So let it be known that maybe I threw the match by forcing him onto the orange team. But he is into the Octane. This is a great mix-up. A mix-up that we see lots of pro-level players do as well. The Fennec and the Octane. A bit of a trade-off in feel and how you play in them. Savage, who lost the last 2 games in the Optic Fennec, is now into the Optic Octane. Nice redirect of this ball into the corner. John's just going to elect to steal boost. Savage needs to be careful here. And try and stay behind the ball and able to direct it to the side wall. Now Savage with boost. Keeps that ball cam on. when he's trying to set up those dribbles. Drops this one down to John, who's up in the air. Savage, nice save. Neither one of these two can get past each other in the air. Their defense too well. John left the boost. Turned and challenged the ball. Not a bad way to make up for that fact. Otherwise, Savage was going to have a very free take. In and out of the net goes Savage, and he needs to not try and challenge too early. They've seen a lot of goals from this position. John, what a save. It's a battle at the start of game number 4. Savage can't flip through the boost. Has it now. John faking the aerial and then gets back down to the ground. Great fake. I don't think John actually wants to go up to meet Savage high in the air. Considering the aerial mechanics I've seen from him so far. John not able to get that corner boost. I actually really like how Savage plays after his boost steals. Very, very grounded, very, very safe. Recognizes that he's going to get a possession here. Solid low 50. If he can crowd this ball on target, might have a goal. Double jump, and yeah, John misses. Great shot from Savage. And really smart gameplay. After getting the boost advantage, instantly starts to play his advantage. You see him attacking way less aggressively. Starts to go for low 50s. Try and earn a possession as John starves himself out. Savage is also much faster to the kickoff. When he hits his speed flip, he just dusts John to the kickoff. Fortunately, this time it's going to lead to a John possession. His long shot, saved by Savage. Savage has a great bouncing setup for a hook shot. Forcing one save out of John. Tries to get to the ball quicker, but John able to win the race, and that'll be his first goal. Smart to take it as slowly as possible. He got Savage to miss early. Savage is not going to be back for a long, long time. Savage out of the corner. Look at this shot. John throwing himself the great pass. But this is not an easy angle. Oh, wait, did he own goal it? No, you didn't touch that, John. I think John might have thought he touched it on the goal line, but Savage doing him dirty indeed. Not an easy shot to make. John likely going to have to back off as Savage grabs corner boost. Early flick as John comes in to close the distance. And oh my goodness, that was also an insane half flip it looked like from Savage to try and recover. You don't even remember being 8? I keep forgetting that Savage is 8 years old because he is playing really solid Rocket League. I mean, he beat John to the kickoff so bad that it ends up 50ing after, like, it basically becomes a kickoff, but a good few yards into John's half. He's throwing the calculated here as John not able to read that bounce off the back wall. Savage gets a freebie because of it. Side flip kickoff for John has been working pretty well. It's a good way to hedge the fact that he can't quite match the speed of Savage. Savage sending the ball to the side wall, or the back wall, I should say. John giving him a freebie, and Savage will style on him. You can't let Savage have these kind of layups. This is what I'm talking about. Savage air rolling every moment he's in the air. He's improved a ton too. When you first started working with him, he was around Diamond 1. Oh my, I didn't realize you had been coaching Savage, because Savage said that his favorite player from Optic was Raw Greg. And I was like, oh, does Raw Greg do content or something? I guess Raw Greg's been coaching Savage. John down 2. Needs to find a bit of offense. Couldn't collect the dribble before Savage's challenge. John trying to go maximum cringe there on the side wall, I think. Wanted that demo. It's a bit of a tough situation for Savage. High ball. No boost to work with. John misses. Savage able to reload on his back corner 100. A little bit over the top of this one. Got ahead of himself. John gonna get a third goal. Savage had the right idea. Just needed to be off the wall a bit earlier before putting himself over the play. This is a great kickoff win, highlighting the speed of Savage, and John can't make it back. So 2-goal lead. Not sure if John, we definitely earlier was faking and intentionally delaying. I think that it should be his play. John not getting the angle he wanted. Savage passing it to himself off the wall. Savage is getting a bit comfortable now. He is not worried about the end of this game. He's ready to show what he can do. I'm not sending the ball off the sidewall for a double with open field like that. I am trying to catch the ball and go easy, but... All right, John, let's see your mechanics. This game is probably it for you. But game 5 coming up. There's the Jonsandman air dribble. Savage able to handle it. Enough boost to get back to this one. Puts it on target. John likely has to save, though. That'll do it. We're headed to game 5. Savage and Jonsandman ended up being the perfect match we thought it might be. Ooh, Savage is trying to throw a clip on too to end the game. Full field dribble. Game number 5. All the pressure on both of these players. And Savage does not slow down at all. Look at that speed flip to the kickoff. John dunked this one away. Just talking about in between games. Can we get a Dies of Cringe in chat, please? Please. Are you kidding me? He says he's so sorry, but he's staring down the end of a potential loss. And he can't help it. He can't help it. John was just talking about how he is 4 times older than Savage. And I am just barely not 4 times older. Comfortably more than 3 times older, though. Savage flick. Decides not to go grab John's back corner boost. Instead, out to the midfield. John lost control of this one a little bit. Savage should try and go cringe back, but I could just tell that Savage doesn't have a cringe bone in his body. That was a good opportunity to potentially demo John. Instead, he's trying to style on him, put a clip on him. Great recognition there. About 30, 40 boosts maybe left over from Savage, but recognized that his air dribble was over, that he had already sent it to the back wall, and there was nothing he could do to change that. So he saves that boost, uses it for his recovery. John now demoed Savage. It's actually chill when Savage does it. There's nothing wrong with an 8-year-old demoing a 32-year-old. It's not cringe. It's based. Look at how fast Savage is getting the kickoff so much faster. He is demoing John. He's hitting the ball, moving it out of the way, and then demoing John in the process. Savage, the flick, forces a double jump save. Couldn't corral the ball back on target. John trying to go for the long shot. Slightly off. Now, can he keep Savage pinned in net? Now that Savage is out of boost. Savage needs to be careful. Solid challenge here. Still hasn't escaped, though. Could try and control this ball and actually get it out, and he does. He forces John to pool shot the clear. Now it's Savage the other way. Goal line 50. Great patience. Recognition that he had the advantage there with John horizontal. Not positioned well to stop that 50. Savage corralling it around the corner. John, where'd you go? It's not defending Savage, that's for sure. As John was creeping out and did not expect Savage to take it so quickly in the corner. You see John reversing. That's not going to be fast enough. Scared to half flip because it's been so long. That would be a great position to half flip to try and intercept Savage. But instead of just flubbing a backflip, he just lets Savage cut by. John, can he get back to this one? No, it's too strong. So Savage can have a chance to recover. And John did not realize he'd be back so quickly. Just let Savage take the ball away. Now dish off the back wall, a pinch, and that's directly on target. This is a hard position to try and score if you're Savage. Getting the ball off the wall and into the net without the defender being able to stop it is not simple. And of course, the downside is that you're also potentially going to let the other player launch one into your net. 2-2. Savage feels confident going for these full field dribbles. He missed this one though, and John's going to punish. John takes his opportunity. Although I haven't once seen John go for a full field air dribble. Where's the back corner wall to air dribble full field from John? Savage closing the distance. Solid 50, going to dive and take John's boost. Another play out of the corner here. Perfect up to the ball. Attempt to protect it, but it has a long way to travel down before it's shootable. And John able to get the clear. Savage has had a few different chasing down challenges as John flicks that he just barely clips the ball. And now they've been going in his favor, but they're inches away from spelling doom. Right now he's trying to play keep away from John. John, great save. He forces John to the net. So now boost advantage. We saw Savage play so comfortable before. He wanted a dish off the back wall. Even though he doesn't get it, John's still low. Now John coming to challenge in the fake. John gets dusted. Savage continues to play the smart gameplay with the boost advantage. No reason to go up and hit him when he can just clip on him by faking and looking for the low 50, even if John did connect. 3-3 with a minute left to go. Savage, kickoff win, but he's not going to have any boost here as he tries to recover. Goes for the midfield. John misses his shot. He was a bit dangerous of Savage as a bounce dribble now. He's been going for these flicks late. This time, just a double jump pop. Ball to air dribble from Savage. An attempt to end the game. He's not going to back down. They haven't gone great before, but this one, it's going to go crossbar down. Savage, so clutch. Launches this right out to the box and is back to the ball. John didn't stand a chance at saving that kind of precision. 4-3. 43 seconds in the lead for Savage. John demoed as he tries to recover back to the ball. Savage puts one on target. John respawn. Sends it to the corner. Both these two are going to be able to reset on boost, but it's a bit awkward to control the ball from the back wall, and Savage flips away. John can tie the game, and he will. This is what I'm talking about. Players can often get antsy. You can see John slightly hiding behind the ball. Maybe felt like John was going to challenge. John had turned away. Diagonal kickoff. He's been going really well for Savage previously, but this one goes in John's favor. 20 seconds to go. Grabs the corner boost. Soft shot on target. And John pitches it out. He had a chance to win the game, and he gets on the wrong side of the ball. Now Savage the other way on the bounce dribble. Low 50. Can't get it on target. John has a long shot attempt. No, it's to the ground. Overtime in game 5. Jonsandman and Savage. Who's it going to be? Kickoff goes fairly neutral, but Savage should be the first one to gain control. Has boost in the back corner. John does not drive towards the ball. It's off the wall for Savage. Bit of a miss, but should have a little bit of time to recover. As John looks for his angle, misses his dribble. Taking his sweet time on the way to the net, and Savage intercepts it. This could be on target. Needs a read off the back wall to finish the game. Savage in game 5 overtime takes down the Sandman. And he might be 1/4 his age. But he has the edge in this 1v1. What a great 1v1. Oh my goodness. That was awesome. Shout out to Savage and John. Oh, we're gonna get Jonsandman in here maybe. What's up?
Oh, bro, I'm exhausted, dude. I'm too old for this crap. Oh, man, I'm on edge. That was crazy. I've never done a show match. That was fun.
Dude, show matches are intense too. That's the thing. When I was thinking about an 8-year-old doing this, I've done a couple show matches, man. My heart rate's like so high, I can't handle it.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I am fully sweating. 100%. Second of all, I thought I was recording the whole thing and didn't click start recording, so I'm so sad. Dude. Third of all, I was screaming and I was like, I'm gonna take away your toys, little boy. like trying to and it was working sometimes, and then he was like, nah, he's talking back to me. But I gotta say, man, dude, he's good. Okay, listen, I have never been considered great at all in the game. And you should never have chat up while you're doing these show matches. I was reading chat, laughing so hard. I was cracking up at what every time I demoed it made me feel bad. I would demo him and I'm like, yeah, I got him. And then I look at chat being right. And everyone's like, so cringy.
No, dude, my chat will go at you. Bumping is cringe. You can't do that here.
But I gotta say, man, Tiz dad and everything, thanks for setting that up. That was super cool, super fun, such a great time. And yeah, I mean, listen, he has a spot, everyone who was talking smack in the chat needs to go against him or someone,
Oh, for sure.
That, right? I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out. He's good.
Yeah.
He was good. I haven't played in a season or two, but that doesn't mean anything. I've played as long as he's been alive.
Yeah, but that's what we realized.
Dude, what?
The question is, was he born before August? Did the game come out before he was even born? If it didn't, it came out the year he was born, which is insane.
Crazy. It's just crazy. It blew my mind. And then people in the chat were like, why does John have an SSL decal thing? And just a quick story on that, okay? We were playing, I was playing with Sodas. Some people were better than me, obviously. That's how I usually do it. And, we were playing in a tournament, and we got to the final round fair and square. And then everyone who was on the final round, it was Squishy and 2 others. And they were like, oh, we got to go scrims. And they just FF'd and we won it. So, yeah, kind of cheated that one.
No, that counts. That counts. I've never been to a grand final.
But very fun, man. Thank you for hosting this. That was
dude,
good
thanks for playing. It's too bad your recording didn't go through.
Yeah, find me a 7-year-old next, dude. I think I can take down the 7-year-olds. 8-year-olds just too old.
Yeah, too much experience. Too much experience.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
All right. Thanks, man.
Later.
Appreciate it.
Of course, later.
Later.